Good evening, everyone, and welcome to J.J. Isaacson Field at Seymour Smith Park for another edition of Corn Belt League Network's Tuesday Night Baseball. Mike Knockenhauer alongside Ryan Kelly here in the booth here at Seymour Smith. Ryan, we got a great two matchups tonight. Starting off with the Crop Dusters and the Bombers. What are you looking for in these two teams who have gotten off to a pretty solid start off the season so far?
You know, both teams, as you said, they're off to a very strong start. Crop Dusters only played 3 games so far in the season, far less than most teams have played. And Bombers 4-2-1. They have had the first tie in Corn Belt League history. First tie ever to happen, which we saw the other night. I believe that was on Tuesday night, but both teams are battling up to get to get a win tonight. But there's the Bombers there. They're getting ready for their game. And Bombers, if they could pull a win out here, that would be very grateful for them, and the same for the Crop Dusters. But nevertheless, it's a great night for baseball.
Yeah, as you were talking about, let's take a look at the standings thus far for the Corn Belt League this season. As you have the Royal Blue Dogs at the top of the standings as we enter these standings as of yesterday, as the games that finished yesterday. So Blue Dogs on top at 4-1. Filth Ballers, which we'll see in our nightcap here at 8 p.m., in at the second spot. Bombers and Crop Dusters at that 3 and 4 spot. As you said, Crop Dusters only played 3 games, and the Bombers had that first ever tie in Corn Belt League history back on opening night against the Red Raiders. And then you have the Rail Riders, the Haymakers, the Black Sox, and the Red Raiders at the bottom of the standings in the Corn Belt League in 2023 thus far.
Now, if you look at that, if you were to refer back to that graphic there, we got the number 3 spot Bombers and the number 4 spot Crop Dusters. Right now, the Crop Dusters only 3 games so far in the season. It was still early on, but an early win is pretty crucial for their record right now, and just to keep that kind of team morale going, because that's a big part of baseball. It's a slower game, and just keeping that morale going throughout the entire game and throughout the entire season is very crucial.
Yeah, obviously a lot of these guys new to their teams, so still trying to get comfortable in their positions. We'll be back in just a little bit for National Anthem lineups and first pitch here from J.J. Isaacson Field. First pitch about to get underway here from J.J. Isaacson Field as the Bombers now taking the field. Micah Blackman is going to be the coach for the Bombers this afternoon, and Wes King, who's usually the coach for both of these squads, will be heading the Crop Dusters this evening.
Kind of an unusual thing we've seen here, but we'll see it a lot this summer here for the Corn Belt League, as both teams have teams have multiple coaches, and some of them share teams. So something new we've seen here, and an interesting thing. Not seen it before, but nevertheless, we're about to get underway here at J.J. Isaacson Field.
As that we are. Colt Davis toes the bump this afternoon for the Bombers. One start on the year, 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts.
Now, before we get started here, just take a look at the weather here in Omaha, Nebraska. Sunny skies here in Omaha, Nebraska. Few scattered clouds with a western 6-mile-an-hour wind. So perfect conditions out there. And looking at the flag out there in center field behind the warning track, it's not much movement at all. So perfect conditions out here for baseball.
Yeah, as just about to get things underway here from J.J. Isaacson Field. Mike Knockenhauer and Ryan Kelly bringing you all the action from this first game of our 2-game slate on this Tuesday night. Colt Davis warming up, getting ready to get things going. 2-1 Crop Dusters. The Bombers 4-2-1. As Ben Keski will get things started here for the Crop Dusters in the top of the first. Center fielder will lead things off. Time for some baseball here from Seymour Smith Park. As we said, Ben Keski, center fielder, to lead things off.
Keski with 6 at-bats so far on the season, making his 7th appearance.
First pitch is up and in on Keski for ball 1. Keski coming in with a .333 average. And Davis finds the strike zone for the first time tonight, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 going to be skied into left, trailing back is the left fielder Camden Madsen, and he will be on to make the catch. And there's one down after the fly out from Keski.
It's a beautiful start there for the Bombers. A beautiful catch there and right to his glove, and that'll be out number 1 for the Bombers.
Fly out from Keski brings up Cody Rust, the shortstop. And that first pitch is in there for strike 1. The 0-1. Swing and a miss on a good pitch there from Davis. And he's up in the count 0-2. Davis looking for an early strikeout. 0-2. A little bit inside. Jumping out of the way is Rust. And it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch is going to be fouled back over the press box, and Rust stays alive.
Heard it there from Connor. If you're a fan and in the stands, please return all foul balls back to the first or third base dugout.
Foul ball from Rust, and it's still a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Going to be popped up, shallow right field. Under it is Wright, and making the catch. And there are 2 down after 2 flyouts from the Crop Dusters here in the first.
So far, a strong start from this Crop Duster team, Mike. They're making contact, which is always good, and always a good thing to start out with, especially early on, and as we're in the top of the first. But nevertheless, Crop Dusters are still up to bat.
Brings up third baseman Cade Perry. who is in the 3-hole this evening. First pitch fouled off to the left side. 0-1.
Perry making his 9th appearance at bat this season with a .375 average.
Strong start to the season for Cade Perry. Down in the count, 0-1 to Colt Davis. That's going to just ride a little inside. Count now even at 1-1. 1-1 pitch down and away. And Perry now up in the count, 2-1. Davis looking for a 1-2-3 inning to get things started. The pitch. Be fouled off, evens the count at 2-2. Davis is one pitch away from getting the Bombers defense back in the dugout. Two from Davis to Perry. Swing and a miss on a fastball inside. And Davis sits down the Crop Dusters 1-2-3 in the top of the first. We head to the home half of the first. Still 0-0 here on the Corn Belt League Network. Welcome you back here for the bottom of the first. Crop Dusters went down 1-2-3 in the top of the first. Aiden Johnson on the mound for the Crop Dusters this afternoon. One start this season, 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, no earned runs, 3 walks, and 7 Ks for the Southpaw. It's the first pitch in there for strike one.
You know, Mike, we had a strong start there from the Crop Dusters, and no runners left on base, but they made some contact, and now that'll bring up the Bombers, and that'll even the count up 1-1.
Leading off for the Bombers is third baseman Nick Ripa. He finds himself even in the count, 1-1. That one upstairs. Johnson shakes off a couple of signs. The 2-1. Swing and a miss from Ripa.
Ripa holding on there on the mound as he will be tied up here 2 apiece.
The 2-2 from Johnson. Breaking ball just misses high, and the count now full 3-2. Ripa looking to sit down the Bombers' leadoff man. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss. Excuse me, going to be fouled back, and Ripa stays alive. So Ripa fouls off the 6th pitch of the at-bat, stays alive. The 3-2 once again. Once again fouled off. And Ripa fighting early on. That's what you want to do if you're the Bombers, is just try and rack up the pitch count on Aiden Johnson. Dominated his first start. Already up to 8 pitches, and we're only on the first hitter. Still the 3-2. That one's going to be low, and Ripa is on with a leadoff walk.
Yeah, the best thing you can do right now for the Bombers is, move Ripa up in the bases and get him in the scoring position and just try to get on top and stay on top.
So an 8-pitch walk for Nick Ripa brings up Cam Madsen, the left fielder, who recorded the first out of the game, catching a flyout from Ben Keski. That one could be shot down and into right, and it will get down. Hustling to second is Ripa. And Madsen looks at the first pitch he sees, pokes it into right, and the Bombers threatening already with 2 on with no outs here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, Mike, this is the perfect setup right now for the Bombers. They have 1 runner in scoring position, 1 in first, and another person up to bat. That is number 9. That is Nick Barnett. Barnett with an average of .250. Looking to do some damage here.
Squares to bunt, lays it down by the right side, but it will trickle foul. Nick Barnett, as you said, first baseman in the 3 spot. As runners on first and second with no outs for the Bombers. So they look to break this game open early. Johnson will step over and look back at second. No one there, but nonetheless 0-1 to Nick Barnett. Swing and a miss on a heater up and out. And Barnett down in the count 0-2. Aiden Johnson, if you're him, you're thinking get this out here, because obviously that first out's always crucial, because then you can turn a double play and get out of the inning without giving up any runs. Aiden Johnson comes set. The 0-2 going to be low in the dirt for ball 1.
Yeah, as you said there, Mike, that's something this crop duster team is going to want to try to do here. Is this Bomber team is definitely trying to cause some damage early on.
Johnson still up in the count. The 1-2. That one going to be shot into right, and it will get down. Right fielder Minich throws it, cuts it off, does the shortstop's rust. And Nick Barnett with an RBI single. And the Bombers strike first. 1-0 here in the bottom of the first.
Great start for the Bombers as Ripa will come back into the dugout, and we'll still have 2 runners on base, one in scoring position, 1 on first, and great start for this Bomber team.
The RBI single brings up Carson Wright, the right fielder. First pitch up and out for ball 1. One-0 shot down the right field line, and it's going to slice foul. Right, looking to add some more runs, as we said, Bombers still 2 on with no out here in the bottom of the first. On a very strong, very solid pitcher in Aiden Johnson. The 1-1. Good breaking ball, catches the zone there. Count now 1-2. Johnson sets the 1-2 pitch. It's going to be down and in. A good layoff there from right. Bombers trying to add some, I don't know if you can call it insurance this early, but looking to add on to their lead here in the bottom of the first. That one going to be lined into center. On to make the catch is Ben Keski. And Johnson forces his first out in a line out to center from Carson Wright.
Great catch there, and put the first out on the board for the Bombers, as they still have one runner in scoring position and one in first. And as you said, you could call it insurance for this Bomber team.
Cade Davis, the DH, steps up. Big first out recorded there from Aiden Johnson. Does make the double play ball available to end the inning. 1-0 from Johnson's a breaking ball. And it's in there for strike one on the swing from Cade Davis. 2 runners on, 1 out, the 1-1. Another swing and a miss on another breaking ball that just dropped into the dirt. Johnson with another good pitch there. The 1-2, high fastball gets Cade Davis to chase. And after giving up a run, Johnson records a quick 2 outs. Now with a strikeout on Cade Davis, brings out the center fielder Tyson McAlexander.
McAlexander making his 4th appearance up to bat for the Bombers this summer.
Ball 1 is upstairs. Johnson just looking to get out of this inning with no more than a run of damage. Runners take off, double steal. Down to second is the throw, and it will not be in time. Both runners move up 90 feet, and the Bombers have 2 in scoring position with 2 outs.
Yeah, this is another perfect setup for this Bomber team. They have an opportunity here with 2 outs, and the count tied 1 even. And this is an opportunity for them to kind of get ahead and stay on top.
Alexander takes the ball way outside for ball 2. Count 2-1. What are you thinking if you are Johnson here?
Right now, just trying to get something to happen here, get some momentum to happen here, and there's a big swing there.
Swing and a miss there from McAlexander. Gets Johnson back even in the count.
Yeah, right now if I'm Johnson right now, I just want to keep my head down and get that one more strike to end this inning, because some damage could be done here.
The 2-2 pitch from Johnson. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Johnson gives up a run, but no more damage other than that. Bombers bring across 1-0 as we head to the second inning. Bringing you back here to J.J. Isaacson Field at Seymour Smith Park. Bombers bring across the run in the bottom half of the first inning. We start the second inning with Tyler Bishop, the right fielder.
Right now, this crop duster team trying to make something happen here, try to tie this one up. But still early for them here, and just trying to get back on top.
Swing and miss there from Bishop. Count now 1-1. That's going to be a grounder. It's going to eat up the third baseman, Nick Ripa. And Tyler Bishop is aboard with a leadoff error. I believe that, yeah, they're going to rule that E5 over there by Nick Ripa. There's a sharp ground ball over on the hot corner. And Tyler Bishop reaches.
Not the best start for this Bomber team out in the field, but nevertheless, this crop duster team is making some progress here, trying to do some damage to this Bombers team here. And there's the pitch.
Swing and a miss from Noah Stryzek, the left fielder. A 1 outside for ball 1.
I think there's some miscommunication amongst our PA guy of how to pronounce the last name of Noah. And
I'm just working with what I'm told.
Connor is very frustrated at the moment, but
Have we decided, is it Stryzek or Stryzek? Stryzek? So Noah Stryzek down to the count 1-2. So he'll lay off that one for ball 2 high.
our apologies for that, folks. We try to strive to have everything perfect here at the Corn Belt League Network, but not everything is always perfect, and prime example there of something not being perfect with Connor.
As that one going to be grounded to the second baseman, over to second for 1, and there will be no play at first. So Aberg over to Farron on the 4-6 fielder's choice.
Great play there from the Bombers as they were able to get that out on second and keep that crop duster from dusting the crops on second base there. But nevertheless, we still have a runner on first with 1 out, and
Noah Stryzek reaches. Stryzek? I feel bad now.
That's Cole Gosser up to bat now.
Cole Geezer, the catcher for this Crop Dusters squad. The 0-1 will be upstairs.
Bit of a breeze there out in outfield now as you see the flag on top of your screen. Ooh.
I got 3 now. I have 3.
Play at first there, and he'll be safe, but see the flag at top of your screen. When you go wide here, you can see there's a bit of wind. It's not constant breeze, but still a bit of wind there.
The 1-1 to Geezer. Going to be in the dirt, going to get past the catcher in McLaughlin. And Stryzek moves up 90 feet to second base.
Yeah, he's going to look to throw that one there, but he will not follow through, and that puts him in scoring position now. Now for the Crop Dusters, you just want to try to tie this one back up here at 1 even, but anything to get another run in.
Geezer, 2-1, and they're going to say he went around on the check swing. Evens the count at 2-2. Geezer looking to try and bring in that tying run on second and erase that early run given up from Aiden Johnson. 2-2 pitch. Be down and away. A good block there from McLaughlin. Count now full.
This is an opportunity you want to work here with because you got a full count here on 1 out and 1 runner in scoring position. So try to do some magic or do a magic trick here and see what he can do.
Davis, the payoff pitch. Runner goes. Ball's inside for ball 4. Throw is high and away, and Ripa, all he can do is knock it down. Geezer walks, and there's runners on the corners with 1 down.
Now batting, the first baseman.
Have a
Mount Mercy University, number 44, Eric Beeman.
Stryzek took off with the pitch, and he moves to third, and looks like
Beeman up to bat. Eric Beeman.
Now running at first base.
we'll have a
Number 2, Will Barrett.
Let's have a pinch runner on first.
I believe it's a courtesy runner for the catcher.
It's number 2.
Yeah, we Will Barrett.
If there's a runner, camera 4 is taking.
Brings up the first baseman, Eric Beeman.
Beeman's
Alright, if there's a
second at bat on the season as this crop duster team has only played 3 games and significantly less games so far than everybody else in the season. There's a runner going to second.
Runner down to second. Ball trickles away into center field. And in to score is Stryzek. And the Crop Dusters quickly erase that 1-0 lead and make it 1-1 here in the top half of the second.
So far, a very strong start from this crop duster team here, Mike. And yeah, still have a 1 runner in scoring position, so I have an opportunity to do some damage here. And
he's gonna hit a little kid on the BMX.
Yeah, Will Barrett stole second. Ball thrown down, trickled into center field. And Stryzek trotted in. And we now have a tie ball game at 1-1 here in the top half of the second. Eric Beeman up in the count, 2-1. Breaking ball down in the dirt. Hitters count now for the Crop Dusters first baseman.
There's a cooler up here. I have an empty Gatorade bottle and there's cooler up here.
well, let's see what Beeman can do here. He's up in the count and 1 runner in scoring position on 1 out. Perfect setup here.
Beeman gonna ground this one to the shortstop Farron over to first. And on to first for the 6-3 ground out. It's now 2 down, but runner in Will Barrett moves up to third for the second baseman, Parker Mooney.
University, number 17, Parker Mooney.
Parker Mooney, part of that Augustana team that made it to the D2 World Series. As he now steps into the box with a runner on third with 2 outs, as he'll take strike 1. Much more efficient inning here for the Crop Dusters offensively, as Mooney finds himself down in the count 0-2.
Yeah, right now if you're Mooney, you wanna try to make something happen here because you got 2 outs on 2 strikes and 1 runner on third base in scoring position.
As that 0-2 pitch a little too far outside. But Davis remains up in the count as he looks to get out of this inning with no more than 1 run. As that one going to be upstairs, count now even 2-2. 2-2 pitch, up and out, and Mooney has worked the count full after taking 2 strikes to begin the at-bat.
Yeah, Mooney's staying alive here during his at-bat.
Payoff pitch, swung on and missed, but not before the Crop Dusters respond to the early run from the Bombers. We head to the bottom of the second, 1-1 here from J.J. Isaacson Field.
welcome back here to J.J. Isaacson Field. As you see there, we have a reporter here from the local news station, so we're not alone here at J.J. Isaacson Field, but we got an interested reporter making a package for the local news channel about the Corn Belt League and what goes into make it happen, what makes it run, and also what makes our network run itself. So, interesting thing I'll check out. I believe that's Channel 3 on your local channel. If you're in Omaha, Nebraska, check that out here in a few days on Channel 3's network. But nevertheless, the Bombers are back up to bat.
That they are. Leadoff man for the inning is Jacob Aberg, the second baseman for this Bombers squad, as he swings over strike one.
Aberg making his 14th appearance up to bat for the Bombers this season.
So he'll take two straight balls for the count to now be at 2-1. That one to be popped over toward the right side, and it will land harmlessly in foul territory. Count to 2-2. Bombers brought across a run in the bottom of the first, and the Crop Dusters responded in the top half with a run of their own.
Yeah, and for the Bombers right now, you want to, again, just try to get back on top and stay on top. It's kind of a motto for this team.
2-2. It's going to be low. It's going to bounce over the catcher. Count to 3-2 as Aberg looks to produce offensively to open up second inning for this Bombers team. The payoff pitch is going to be inside, and Aberg is aboard with a leadoff walk.
So far, good start for this Bomber team, and putting a runner on first, and that'll bring up Dalton Farron to bat, making his 12th appearance.
Yep. Farron, the shortstop for this Bombers team, after that leadoff walk from Aberg. Pitch 2 of the at-bat is in there. Count even to 1-1. Johnson going to check back over at first. And Aberg dives back in safely. This is a Bombers team that loves to steal bags, as they already have 13 on the year through 7 games. Beautiful breaking ball there from Aiden Johnson as he gets ahead in the count on Dalton Farron.
As you said it there, Mike, that's something this Crop Duster team wants to watch out for, is these Bombers that are going to try to steal bases and get further along.
Ball 2 outside. Geezer checks back the runner at first. Count to 2-2. The 2-2 pitch swung on and missed by Dalton Farron. And Aiden Johnson records his first out of the second inning.
Now batting, the catcher from Wayne State College, number
Keegan
20,
McLaughlin, the catcher,
Coughlin.
steps up to the plate.
Gofflin from Wayne State College.
As he will take strike one in there. Oh, and count to the Bombers catcher, fouled away. Aiden Johnson up in the count. Johnson up in the count, 0-2. The pitch. That one might have gotten away from him. As up and out for ball one. One-two pitch, beautifully executed there from Aiden Johnson. Back-to-back Ks to open up this second inning after giving up the leadoff walk. And there's 2 down.
Top of the order, the third
Great
baseman
start for
Wayne State College, number 1,
there, and the Bombers just trying to make something happen here. There's still 1 runner on base and 2 outs.
This is now the pitcher in. No, back to the top of the order now for Nick Ripa. Walked in the first inning and ended up coming around to score the only run for the Bombers. So he'll take strike one, count 1-1. That one going to be shot into right, and retreating to make the catch is Minich, and the side is retired. Crop Dusters put up a 0 in the bottom of the second, and the lead, the score remains 1-1 as we head to the third inning of play here on the Corn Belt League Network. Welcome you back here. J.J. Isaacson Field at Seymour Smith Park. Bombers scored 1 in the bottom of the first. Crop Dusters quickly responded with a run of their own in the top of the second. That leads us here to the top half of the third inning. 1-1 ball game here in the first half of our doubleheader here on the CBL network this evening. As we said, Filth Ballers taking on the Red Raiders later tonight in our second game of our Tuesday night baseball doubleheader. As Liam Minich, the right fielder, finds himself back in the count 0-2 to start off this third inning. 0-2 from Davis is high for ball one. Davis, 38 pitches through 2 innings. Had a perfect inning in the first and gave up a run in the second. As ball outside evens the count to 2-2. Swing and a miss from Minich on a high fastball. That's the third K on the afternoon for Davis, and there's 1 down in the top of the third.
Top of the order, the center fielder from Iowa Central Community College, number 80,
We
Ben
flip the
Kresge.
lineup card over. Ben Kresge, the center fielder for the Crop Dusters, flew out to left in the first inning to lead off the game. So he finds himself here As he grounds this one over to Ripa. Going to be a long throw from the third base side of the bag. Can't be scooped up there by Barnett over at first.
It's a great hit there, and that'll put him on base as Crab Dusters going to try to make some damage here to this scoreboard.
Waiting on a ruling on that one. Another one of those tough plays over at third for Ripa. Nearly made the play, but Keski reaches with one down as another ball grounded over to Ripa. He'll go to second, and out will be recorded there. And it'll go down as a fielder's choice. They're going to say that second baseman Aberg recorded the out, and the ball came out on the transition. So Zrust reaches on a fielder's choice. There's now 2 down in the top half of the third. That play from that ball from Keski will go down as an error from Ripa. So second E5 of the afternoon, but Ripa quickly made up for it as he cuts down Keski at second. As the runner took off with the pitch, Ripa makes up for his error with 2 good plays over at the hot corner, and the side is retired. Quick inning for the Bombers defense as we head to the bottom of the third. 1-1 here from J.J. Isaacson Field. Back here at J.J. Isaacson Field for the bottom of the third. Score remains 1-1 as Aiden Johnson heads back out for his third inning of work. Strong outing thus far from the lefty. And he'll have to face Cam Madsen, the left fielder from Wayne State, and the 2-hitter in this Bombers lineup, who singled in the first. So he looks to do some more damage here now in the third. Ryan, what have you liked from both these squads thus far?
Well, both teams are definitely showing a strong fight here as we're still somewhat early in this matchup here, but nevertheless, as I said, both teams are showing a strong fight. We're tied 1-1 here, and we saw the Bombers put 1 run on, and then the Crop Dusters quickly retaliated just like that and put another run on the board. So it'll be an interesting battle here to see what happens, as that one's popped up into right field.
Going to be back in no man's land, and no one's going to get it. It's going to land fair. And Madsen reaches on a pop fly that falls just inside the foul line down on the first base side. And he is aboard with a leadoff single here in the bottom of the third.
Going back to what I was talking about there, Mike, this game is definitely going to be a kind of a battle for who can just stay on top and retaliate from being in the deficit or, being up. So, nevertheless, this will be a great matchup as we have 1 runner on base from the Bombers. That one
going to be popped up left side. Coming on to make the play is the shortstop in Cody's Rust. That will hold the runner at first And a pop out from Barnett is the first out of the bottom of the third, and brings up the cleanup hitter, Carson Wright. Seems like since that first and second inning, both these teams kind of seem to be more comfortable defensively. Swing and a miss there on a good pitch. I believe it was actually fouled off. Wright got a piece of that one, and it's 0-1. Johnson takes a look at first and fires another fastball in there. Up in the count 0-2. Johnson looking for his fifth strikeout, excuse me, but will not be on that pitch as that one fouled away by Wright, and he stays alive at 0-2. Oh, 2 going to be grounded foul. And Wright will stay alive. Count remains at 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt, blocked down there by Geezer behind the dish. But runner stays at first. 1-2 pitch. Going to be swung on to left. Going to be lined and caught out there by Strizek in left. Runner stays at first, and a quick 2 outs after the leadoff single.
Now batting, the designated hitter from Wayne State College, number
Kay
4,
Davis
Kay
steps up to the
Davis.
plate. Struck out swinging back in the first. Finds himself back up in the bottom of the third with 1 on with 2 outs. Madsen remains at first, and that first pitch swung on and missed by Davis. Johnson's 0-1 turns into 0-2 as Davis fouls that one over by the parking lot.
Yeah, you're going to want to return that foul ball because you'll get a piece of bubble gum here if you're in the stands, but great reward for a foul ball return.
Truly a great incentive. The 0-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Johnson with his 5th strikeout as that concludes the 3rd inning of play. Score remains 1-1 as we head to the 4th inning here on the Corn Belt League Network.
Well, folks, we have a new item at the concession stand. We have smoothies here at J.J. Isaacson Field, and new product to try if you're ever out at the ballpark. Lots of great options here, and great way to enjoy your evening at the ballpark at J.J. Isaacson Field.
As Tyler Bishop steps up to the plate to lead off the 4th inning for the Crop Dusters. He reached on an error and was thrown out on a fielder's choice back in the 2nd inning. And he finds himself here leading off in the top of the 4th. Swing and a miss, and he's down 0-2. Going to be shot into center field. Backing up is the center fielder and making the catch. Good play out there in center field by Tyson McAlexander. And that will retire the first hitter in Bishop and bring up the left fielder, Noah Strezik. So the fly out from Bishop for the first out of the inning. And Strezik takes strike 1. Ball down and in. Count 2-1. 2-1 pitch. Outside. Hitter's count now for Strezik.
Perfect opportunity here for Strezik and the Crop Dusters to make something happen here, with the count being in his favor.
3-1 low. And Strezik is aboard with a 1-out walk.
Well, folks, let's see what the Crop Dusters can do here with 1 runner on base and 0 outs. Just check that 1 out. Opportunity to make something happen here.
Let Mr. Samuel know that I will be asking again the pronunciation after the game.
Geezer fouls off strike 1 over to the right side. Oh, 1 pitch. Catches the outside corner. Count 0-2. The 0-2 from Davis. Outside. Nearly got away from McLaughlin, but
That was a great catch there from McLaughlin. I was way outside there, and he just kind of sprung out there and got it.
One ball and 2 strikes to the catcher, Cole Geezer. Fouled off towards the batting cages over here on the away side dugout. Count remains at 1-2.
Someone's going to get a piece of bubble gum as they return that to the first or third base dugout.
1-2 pitch again from Davis. Strike 3 called. And Geezer sat down with a looking strikeout. And 2 down now in the top half of the 4th.
Not the way he wanted to end there, but Beeman will be up to bat now.
Eric Beeman, the first baseman, grounded out to short back in the 2nd. First pitch of the AB is in there for strike 1. Pitch to Beeman. Check swing and a foul. Check swing, gets a piece of it. Fouled off towards the screen. Count now to 0-2. And Davis is 1 strike away from completing his 4th inning of work. 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. And Davis once again retires the side. It's 1-1 still here from Seymour Smith Park. We head to the bottom of the 4th here on the Corn Belt League Network. Bottom of the 4th inning. Tyson McAlexander, the center fielder, set to lead things off here. We are halfway home here. The first half of our doubleheader here on Tuesday Night Baseball. Hayden Johnson remains out there on the bump. So he'll get McAlexander to swing over strike 1 to open up the inning.
So far, both teams have been kind of at a stalemate here in a way, but one almost hit the press box windows. It was fouled off.
Oh-2 pitch, up and out for ball 1. One-two pitch, swung on and missed. And the leadoff man in Tyson McAlexander is sat down on strikes. 6th strikeout on the evening for Aiden Johnson.
Now batting, the second baseman from Peru State College, number 21,
Jacob Aberg, the second baseman, stepping up. Walk back in the second. Steps in, first pitch of the AB, up and out for ball 1. Oh, 1 in there for strike 1. Caught the inside part of the plate as Johnson continues to deal for the Crop Dusters. That one going to be a jam shot out into shallow right field. And Minich on to make the catch. And a quick 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 4th for this Crop Dusters defense.
now batting, the shortstop.
So far, this Crop Duster defense has been quite impressive. This inning, they've been kind of going through it just like that. Quick snap of the fingers, and you're at 2 outs.
Shortstop Dalton Farron steps up. What's impressed you thus far from Aiden Johnson and his stuff? As Obviously, he got off to that rough start, giving up a run in the first inning, but since then, it's been quite the game from him.
Yeah, it's been kind of that, as you said there, Mike. We're at a stalemate right now, and both teams just trying to get something to happen here, but Johnson's been holding on really tight.
He'll catch a breaking ball in there for strike one. Farron struck out back in the second inning. He fouls that one off, and Johnson gets himself back in the count at 2-2. Already at 6 Ks on the afternoon for Johnson. Looking to make it 7 here. The 2-2 count. Gonna be down in the dirt, count full. Payoff pitch from Aiden Johnson. Going to be called strike 3. It's 7 strikeouts for the lefty. We head to the 5th inning, still 1-1. As the Crop Dusters and Bombers still tied as we head to the 5th inning of play. Welcome you back. 5th inning about to get underway. Parker Mooney, second baseman from Augustana University, struck out back in the 2nd inning. He faces Colt Davis, who's only given up 1 hit, 1 earned run, and struck out 5 along the way. He now gets into his 5th inning of work. Only at 62 pitches thus far. That one in there for strike 2, and Mooney down in the count, 1-2. 1-2 pitch, going to be popped over to the left side, and it will bounce over the fence, foul, and the count remains at 1-2. One-two pitch, fouled back towards the fence, and Mooney stays alive as the leadoff man here in the top of the 5th.
If you're Mooney right now, you just want to try to get some sort of momentum going here. So it's been kind of, the ball has not been rolling. They could try to get the ball rolling for the Crop Dusters. They could get some more runs on the board here.
As it's been a 1-1 game since Crop Dusters brought across a run in the top of the 2nd. It's been 3 zeros on the scoreboard for both teams. Ball 2 down and in to Mooney. 2-2 pitch. Going to be down low. Count full once again to Mooney as he worked the count full back in his at-bat back in the 2nd frame. Full count outside, and Mooney works himself into a leadoff walk. And the Crop Dusters have one on with no outs here to start off things in the top of the fifth.
The right fielder from Rochester Community and Technical College, number 18, Leo.
Only the third walk of the afternoon for Davis. But 8, 9, and 1 due up here for the Bombers. So Liam Minich, right fielder, 9-hitter, steps to the plate. And after that, it'll be back to Ben Keski, leadoff man for this this Crop Dusters squad. So they look to do some damage here in the top of the fifth, and Minich shows bunt, and it's going to be popped back and will fall, thankfully, harmlessly if you're Minich. See, showed bunt, and it just popped straight up, but thankfully for him, it was just too far back for the catcher and McLaughlin to get there.
Yeah, if you're the Bombers right now, you just want to try to stop this Crop Duster team from moving up 90 feet.
Mooney gets his lead over at first. 0-1 pitch from Davis. Upstairs for ball one. Davis 71 pitches through 4 innings of work thus far. Here's the 1-1 from him. He chopped foul over to the left side. If you're Davis, what do you think you're going here on a 1-2, Ryan?
Well, you just want to try to make something happen here, get the out. But nevertheless, you're up. Just need one more strike here, and
1-2 pitch. Going to be a fastball that catches the outside. And Minich just sat down with a looking strikeout. And will return us to the top of the order, and Ben Keski, the center fielder.
yeah, and if you're Davis, you just got that first out of the inning, and
Number 8, Ben Kresge.
just want to try to get some smooth sailing here and get 2 more outs, as trying to minimize this Crop Duster team from advancing on the bases.
So Ben Keski, 0 for 2 thus far, is the leadoff man for the Crop Dusters. And that one's going to get away from McLaughlin, and Mooney will move up 90 feet into scoring position. And the Crop Dusters now in business here in the top of the fifth.
First time in a minute here, the Crop Dusters have had somebody in scoring position.
1-0 pitch. Down and in, but catches enough of the plate. Colt Davis looking to get out of this 5th inning jam, as that one's going to plunk Keski in the head. You're going to make hopefully he's okay. Gets up on his own power, jogs down to first. And the hit by pitch gives the Crop Dusters 2 on with only 1 out for the 2-hitter in the shortstop, Cody's Rust.
Let's hope he's okay there.
I heard that too. Jackson, we do have
Now batting, the shortstop.
We look like we do have some
University, number 19,
activity in the Bombers bullpen, as Crop Dusters have worked the bases to 1 it, first and second here in the top half of the 5th inning. Is that one going to be skied? Long run over McLaughlin. Tried to make it a kind of a basket catch, but it popped out of his glove. And that's going to be got to be a sigh of relief for Rust, as he popped the first pitch of the at-bat over on the first base foul territory. And a second life for Cody's Rust. A Nurbomb over in the bullpen now for the Bombers. As the Crop Dusters, as we said, have 2 on with 1 out. Down and in for ball 1. As Rust is 0 for 2 thus far. As he fouls off that pitch. And it's count now a 1-2. Only 1 hit thus far for this Crop Dusters squad. There's Tyler Bishop, I believe, back in the 2nd inning. But a hit here from Rust would do a lot of damage. 1-2 pitch. It's going to be chopped foul over to the left side, and these Crop Dusters hitters continue to work up the pitch count here on Colt Davis. Crop Dusters shortstop looking to break the tie here in the top of the 5th. Runner on first and second. The 1-2 pitch down low. Count even to 2-2. Two-two pitch. Going to be chopped over to the left side. Going to get under the glove of the shortstop, and they're going to wave Mooney home. Coming to the plate. He will get in there safely. Over to third goes Keski, and Rust moves up to second on the throw. Mooney comes across to score. I believe they're going to call that an error on the shortstop in Dalton Farron. And it will be now 2-1 Crop Dusters. As you can see there, Aiden Erbaum warming up in the bullpen. Now 2 runners on, and that one going to get away from McLaughlin and make it 3-1 Crop Dusters here in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, this is what the Crop Dusters want to do right now. They're on top, and they just want to stay on top, but nevertheless, you still have 1 more runner in scoring position here with 3 runs, 2-run lead. And we're going to see a quick mound meeting here with the Bombers coach. Again, Aiden Erbaum in the bullpen for the Bombers, and
quick mound meeting here as the Crop Dusters have quickly added 2 runs here in the top of the 5th to jump out to a 3-1 lead. As Mooney and Keski both came in to score. And Crop Dusters still with a runner on third with only 1 down. You can see there once again Aiden Erbaum warming up in the Bombers bullpen. It looks like Colt Davis will remain out there for the time being. He's surrendered 2 runs here in the top half of the 5th. Cade Perry takes strike 1 inside. Count even at 1-1. Fouled off. Davis finds himself up in the count. 1-2. One-two pitch to Perry. He's going to plunk him in the back. Now runners on the corners with still only 1 out for the Crop Dusters. Brings up the designated hitter, cleanup hitter in Tyler Bishop. As circling back to that hit by Cody's Rust earlier in the inning that brought across Parker Mooney, they will rule it a RBI single. He did move up to second. Bombers manager coming out, and that will be the end of the day for Colt Davis. It's going to be, I believe, Aiden Erbaum coming in to relieve the Bombers starter will step aside. Crop Dusters have added 2. It's 3-1 with runners on the corners with 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Comes into the game in relief after starter and Colt Davis gave us 4 1/3 innings of work. Final line for him is going to be 4 1/3 pitch, 2 hits given up, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, and 6 Ks as the runner in Cade Perry swipes the bag on a defensive indifference on the first pitch of Urbaum's outing. And now the Crop Dusters once again with 2 in scoring position, still with only 1 out. Tyler Bishop takes ball 1 inside, I believe. And it's 2-0 to the cleanup hitter for the Crop Dusters, looking to add some insurance here in this inning here in the 5th. That has broken this game open. The Crop Dusters now hold a 3-1 lead. The 2-0 pitch now from Urbaum. Catches the inside corner for strike 1.
Yeah, that's exactly what this Crop Duster team wants to do here, Mike, and just adding any extra insurance runs they can will greatly benefit them.
Swing and a miss. And Urbaum works himself back into the count. 2-2 now on Tyler Bishop. Two runners in scoring position. The 2-2 pitch from Urbaum. Going to be a breaking ball. Stays high, and it's going to be popped foul over by the Crop Dusters dugout. Bishop staying alive here in the count. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes to the cleanup hitter in the DH of Bishop. 2-2 pitch. Down and in for ball 3. Count full. You got to be careful here if you're Urbaum. You don't want to walk the bases loaded, especially with only 1 out. He's got to be careful here with his pitch selection. Payoff pitch now from Urbaum. Swing and a miss, but it's going to be fouled off the glove of the catcher. So Bishop will stay alive as McLaughlin was not able to complete the catch on the foul tip. Eighth pitch of the at-bat here for Urbaum. Swing and a miss, once again fouled off.
He is staying alive here and does not want to go without a fight.
Good fight here from Bishop. In Urbaum's first batter he's facing in relief. Ninth pitch of the at-bat. Going to be popped up in the infield, shallow center field. Coming on to make the catch and dropping it is Dalton Farron. Coming across the score is Cody's Rust. And another defensive mishap from the Bombers. And the Crop Dusters tack on another.
Right now, if you're the Bombers, you just want to try to hold down your position here and try to just get out of this inning here because there's only 2 more outs left for them to swap sides here. But a quick conversation between pitcher and catcher. I'm telling him just to calm it down, take a deep breath as it's only 3 more runs for this Bomber team to tie it up once again, and there's still some innings left to try to get out of this hole, but nevertheless, Bombers still have 1 runner in scoring position.
Noah Strezik steps back up to the plate. Scores the bunt. Breaking ball cuts a little too far inside. Strezik jumps out of the way for ball 1. Urbaum checks over and gets a swing and a miss on Strezik on a fastball up and in. As that looks like down at second. That's Cade Perry. Jumped a little too far down the baseline. Looked like he was almost halfway to third. So basically in between second and third. Urbaum stepped off. Chased him down, threw over to second. That's an interesting way to get the second out of the inning. Nonetheless, Urbaum records his first out of his relief appearance. As that one could be in the dirt. And Bishop will steal second. So interesting play. Leads now only a runner on second with 2 outs instead of a runner on first and second with 1 down. And Urbaum gets Strezik to chase on a fastball up and in. And Urbaum gets out of the inning. Not before the Crop Dusters plate 3. 4-1 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Day at the ballpark. It's also a great day to bring your dog out to the ballpark. It's a good little pup there, enjoying some good baseball as we head to the bottom of the 5th as the Crop Dusters score 3 in the top half of the 5th. And Aiden Johnson heads back out there for his 5th inning of work. Now with 3 runs of insurance to work with. He will have to face the catcher in Keegan McLaughlin. McLaughlin 0 for 1 thus far with a looking strikeout back in the second inning. As he leads off the 5th inning. Here now working from behind as he starts off his count 0-1.
All right, now if you're the Bombers right now, you just want to try to get some momentum going, get the ball rolling.
Going to be shot down the right field line, slicing, and it will land foul. So Johnson up 0-2 on his first batter he's facing here in the 5th inning. O2 pitch from Johnson. Down and away for ball 1. One-two pitch to McLaughlin. Up and away, count even 2-2. Two-two pitch. Breaks just a little inside, and it will fill the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bombers have 9-1-2 due up here in the bottom of the 5th as they look to try and cut into this lead. Payoff pitch breaks a little too far inside, and McLaughlin is on with a leadoff walk. As it looks like we will have a courtesy runner coming out for the Bombers. Looks like to be number 18, Tommy Rowland. Back to the top of the order now, Nick Ripa, third baseman, swings over, strike 1. Johnson's breaking ball misses outside. As Ripa looks to do some damage here in the bottom of the 5th. 2-1 pitch, swung on and missed on a fastball outside. And Johnson looks to retire the leadoff man for the Bombers. The 2-2 pitch going to ride a little far outside, count once again full. So his second straight batter this inning. Johnson fills the count. It's his pitch count starting to creep up, already 82. 83rd pitch, payoff pitch, struck well to center. But coming on to make the catch is Ben Keski. And the third baseman of the Bombers is retired for the first out in the bottom of the 5th. Cam Madsen steps up to the plate. 2 for 2 thus far on the day for the Bombers left fielder. As we said, Aiden Johnson up to 83 pitches through 4 1/3 thus far. As the Crop Dusters have got to be happy with what he's given them so far today. Breaking ball inside, catches the plate for strike 1. Madsen, as we said, 2 for 2 thus far. Single in the first and in the third. So he looks to make it 3 for 3, and he might have just done that. And no, going to be a diving attempt out and left from Strizek. Can't make the play. And Madsen reaches. And they're going to call that a hit. And it will be a 3-for-3 day for Madsen. And the Bombers have the Bombers have 2 on with 1 out now here in the bottom of the 5th, with their 3-hitter in Nick Barnett stepping up to the plate. That one going to be shot down the first base line. That's going to go foul. 0-1 now. Nick Barnett 1 for 2 on the day. RBI single that brought across the only run for the Bombers back in the top of the first, and a pop out to the shortstop in the 3rd. So that one rides down and in. Nearly clipped the foot of Barnett, but a good stop there from the catcher McLaughlin. The catcher in Cole Geezer. Count 1-1. Swung on and bounced foul to the left side. Barnett looking to get his 2nd hit of the day. Most likely bring across to run, try and chip away at that crop duster lead. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled away towards the right side as Barnett stays alive. Johnson up to 89 pitches now. Is his 90th pitch awaits. Another 1-2. Going to be grounded to short. Over to Mooney at 2nd. Over to 1st. And it's going to be, I believe, safe at 1st. So it will be a fielder's choice. And Barnett is aboard. Madsen cut down at 2nd. And the courtesy runner over at 3rd. Moves up 90 feet. Runners on the corners now with 2 outs.
Another perfect opportunity here for the Bombers.
Carson Wright, cleanup hitter now. Looking for his first hit of the afternoon. The 1-1. Going to be struck into center field. Ben Keski has beat on it and makes the catch. Bombers strand 2. Crop Dusters lead remains at 4-1. We head to the 6th frame of play here on the Corn Belt League Network. top of the 6th inning here. Cole Geezer to lead things off. Walked and struck out thus far. And Aiden Erbaum remains out there for the Bombers in relief. His first pitch high for ball 1. 1-0, going to ride a little inside, and Geezer takes that one off the leg. And once again, the Crop Dusters, for the 2nd inning in a row, have a leadoff base runner.
Your attention, please.
And
Now
Geezer
running
will be pinch ran for
number 2, Will Barrett.
by Will Barrett over at first. Brings up Eric Beeman, the first baseman.
Now batting, the first baseman from Mount Mercy University, number 44, Eric Beeman.
Erbaum checks Barrett back at first. So he'll check back over again as Beeman awaits his first pitch at the plate, as he is 0 for 2 thus far on the day. First pitch upstairs. Parker Mooney on deck for the Crop Dusters, as he came across last inning as the go-ahead run for the Crop Dusters, as Barrett took off with the pitch, but the pitch from Erbaum down and away, blocked by McLaughlin. And the Crop Dusters once again have a runner in scoring position, this time with no outs. 6, 7, 8 due up for the Crop Dusters this inning. Beeman will take a breaking ball inside for ball strike 1. Two, 1 pitch to Beeman. Outside, good scoop from McLaughlin, but Beeman finds himself in a hitter's count, 3-1.
Yeah, this is another opportunity here, Mike, for this Crop Duster team to try to add some more insurance here with one runner in scoring position. And the count in favor of Berman.
3-1 pitch to Beeman. Going to be grounded. Scooped up by Erbaum. Lost it, but has enough time to flip over to first. 1-3 ground out for Beeman, but does his job, moves Barrett up to third
Now batting, the second
for the second baseman, Parker Mooney.
University, number 17, Parker Mooney.
Mooney 0 for 1 thus far, walked to lead off the inning last frame, and eventually came around to score the second run of the game for the Crop Dusters, which eventually led to the third and fourth runs of the game. And we are now here in the top of the 6th with Crop Dusters holding a 4-1 lead. So Erbaum looks to keep it at just a 4-1 lead. He's off to a good start against Mooney as he finds himself up in the count 0-2.
Andy forgot a hat. Usually wears a hat.
0-2 pitch to Mooney is up and out. Breaking ball just missed. Crop Duster's second baseman looking to do some damage. Looking to bring in Barrett from third. 1-2 pitch. Outside for ball 2. Count even to Parker Mooney. Urbom kicks and deals the 2-2. And he's going to look the runner back at third. Barrett going to take off for home, and he's going to be gunned down. Oh, no, he's not. They're going to call him safe. They're going to say he got his hand around the tag. Ball was grounded back to Urbom. Looked Barrett back at third. Urbom threw on to first to cut down Mooney. And the first baseman, Barnett, threw to home. Barnett got around the tag, and it's 5-1 Crop Dusters.
Great lead for the Crop Dusters here at the top of the sixth, and making it harder and harder for this Bombers team to try to pull ahead.
So Mooney does his job with the RBI ground out. Now 2 down in the top half of the sixth. For Liam Minich, the 9-hole hitter for the Crop Dusters. First pitch rode a little high and inside, nearly plunked him on the head. Minich 0 for 2. No, excuse me, this is Andy Cisneros now in for the Crop Dusters. I apologize, but now in for the place of Liam Minich is Cisneros, as he'll take the reins out in right field. Now up in the count 2-0. Make that 2-1 as that fastball from Urbom catches the inside part of the plate. Two-one. Once again inside. Hitters count to Cisneros, and you got to be careful if you're Urbom, because walk here brings back up the top of the order in Keski, who scored last inning in the 5th. After getting hit by a pitch, 3-1 count. Fouled off just over the light. Count full at 3-2. Payoff pitch to Cisneros, just inside. And the 9-hole hitter is aboard with 2 down after a 6-pitch walk. Ben Keski, the top of the order, comes back to the plate. Looks like we will have some action back in the Bombers bullpen. Looks like that to be number 10, Mike Matika. Ben Keski steps back to the plate with 1 on, with 2 outs. Urbom checks back to Cisneros at first. Right fielder slides back in safely. Breaking ball just misses. 2-0 to the center fielder of the Crop Dusters, who's 0 for 2 thus far. As we said, hit by pitch back in the 5th and eventually came around to score. It looks like hitter for the Bombers will step out to the mound. As we said, Mike Matika over there in the bullpen for the Bombers.
See what coach will do here.
Looks like he will make a call to the bullpen. Looks like his guy over in the bullpen said no. He just seems like he wants a little more time to warm up. And he will now make his way out to the relief. Third arm now coming out for the Bombers here in the top half of the 6th. Crop Dusters with a 5-1 lead. And we will step aside. 5-1 Crop Dusters, 2 down in the top of the 6th. pitching change for the Bombers. Third arm out of the bullpen. Mike Knockenhauer, his 4th appearance on the year. 2 1/3 innings thus far. 3 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. He'll find himself here with the Bombers down 5-1. And Crop Dusters with 1 on first base with 2 outs. And he'll continue the at-bat to Ben Keski, who's currently up in the count 2-0.
Now, if you're the Bombers, Mike, you just want to try to get some sort of momentum going here. You know, get a new pitcher on the mound. Just any kind of momentum you can get in the rest of this ball game here will greatly help you out. But nevertheless, the Crop Dusters have some good run insurance here with a 4-run lead, but
Urbom, yanked after 33 pitches, is responsible for Andy Cisneros over at first. As Ben Keski steps back in the box, already up 2-0. Make it 3-0 as the first pitch from Matika is upstairs for ball 3. Cisneros running with the pitch, and he'll swipe second as the 3-0 pitch in there for strike 1. Cisneros moves up into scoring position. Good opportunity for Keski to add some more insurance for this Crop Dusters squad. Pitch from Matika, going to be shot into left, going to get down, and they're going to send Cisneros home. The throw in from the left fielder's cut off and thrown home perfectly. Cisneros cut down at the plate, but not before the Crop Dusters add another run of insurance. It's 5-1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th here from J.J. Isaacson Field. We welcome you back. Bottom of the 6th now for the Bomber half of this 6th inning. Chase Houselog coming in relief for Aiden Johnson, who had an absolute very solid performance. 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 earned, 3 walks, and 7 strikeouts on 93 pitches. He is currently in line for the win as the Crop Dusters lead 5-1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Cleanup man, no, excuse me, 5-hitter and Cade Davis, the designated hitter for the Bombers, leading things off here for the home team here in the 6th. Fouled off for strike 1, count even at 1-1. see once again the dog down there on the left side of the
I believe there's an ice cream
bleachers
truck.
here at Seymour Smith.
I believe our producers saw an ice cream truck outside the ballpark. And again, a great thing here at Seymour Smith Park.
Ethan is still on the dog.
2-1 count now to the designated hitter, Cade Davis. Houselog looks to protect this 4-run lead. That one jam shot to the shortstop. And Cody's Rust. Line out from Davis to start things off here in the bottom of the 6th. Then there's one down.
Now pitching for the Crop Dusters from Gustavus Whitus, number 16, Chase Houselog.
Line out from Davis brings up center fielder Tyson McAlexander, who is 0 for 2 thus far with 2 strikeouts. Now, excuse me, that will be a pinch hitter now for the center fielder. Number 25, and Luke Tillman. As a 3-pitch strikeout from Tillman, and there's 2 down in the bottom of the 6th.
Now batting, the second baseman from Bruce State College, number 21, Jacob Aberg.
Strikeout from Tillman brings up the second baseman, Jacob Aberg. A bunt attempt did not pull back. A 1 count now. Swing and a miss. Houselog 1 pitch away from quickly getting out of this 6th inning in his first few outs of relief. 2 pitch to Aberg. Popped up, foul territory on the first base side. Over to make the play is Eric Beeman. 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the 6th for the Crop Dusters defense as they lead it 5-1 as we head to the final frame here from Seymour Smith Park. Welcome you back here for the 7th inning of action as our next game up at top of the hour at 8 p.m. It will be Filth Ballers taking on the Red Raiders.
The Filth Ballers have found the ice cream truck in the parking lot here at Seymour Smith Park. We had a shot of it earlier from our marvelous producers and camera people. Have a big thanks to our camera people and our tech producers here tonight, but for finding that great shot and just for doing a great job overall. And Crop Dusters will be back up to bat.
Shortstop Cody's Rust to lead things off here in the away half of the 7th inning. Mike Matika back out there for the Bombers. It's the third pitcher out of the bullpen for the Bombers. He spikes that one, and it's 2-0 to his wrist. To a pitch now to the Crop Dusters. Shortstop is outside pitch. That catches enough of the plate for strike one. Russ takes ball 3, count 3-1. 3-1 pitch, outside, and for the third straight inning, Crop Dusters put their leadoff man aboard. And last 2 innings, it's worked. Leadoff man gets on and comes around to score. So if you're the Crop Dusters looking to add any sort of insurance here, trying to close this thing out 3 outs away from their third victory on the year. With the pitch goes Rust, and a defensive indifference will land the Crop Dusters shortstop at second, as Cade Perry, the third baseman, takes that first pitch in for strike one. I want to be shot over into left, and it will get over the head of the left fielder. Trotting around to score will be Zrust, and in with an RBI double here in the top half of the 7th is Cade Perry. It's 6-1 Crop Dusters.
What a hit there, and that will put another runner on base for the Crop Dusters and will add more run insurance for themselves.
Cade Perry just turned on that one and shot it over the head of the left fielder Cam Madsen, as Crop Dusters add to their lead, as it's now 6-1. Big swing and a miss there from Tyler Bishop, the designated hitter in the cleanup spot, who is 1 for 3 on the day, with a single back in the 5th. That one rides a little inside, count even at 1-1. Pitch popped up into center field. Luke Tillman to make the catch. Perry will stay at second. And that will be the first out of the inning for the Bombers defense. Pop out from Bishop brings up Noah Strezek. No, excuse me, that will be a pinch hitter for the Crop Dusters. Will be number 25, Cooper Benecki. First pitch he sees is down and in for ball 1. One 0 pitch gets away from McLaughlin, and Perry will move up to third. Two 0 count to Benecki. He'll take ball 3 low. As this Crop Dusters team has just broken out. Only one run through the first 4, but through the last 2 innings and 1 out, it's been an offensive showout as Benecki takes strike 1, count 3-1. It was 1-1 heading to the 5th inning. 3-run inning, excuse me, as that is going to be popped into shallow center. Tillman makes the catch. Perry retreats to third. And there's 2 down in the top of the 7th. As I was saying, it was 1-1 going to the top of the 5th. 3 runs from the Crop Dusters. And since then, they have not looked back, adding another in the 6th and adding another one here in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, this Crop Duster team really has not let up since they put those 3 runs on the board, but had a few scoreless innings there for a while, but nevertheless, Crop Dusters have stayed on top.
This is Max Pfizer coming in to pinch hit. He grounds the first pitch he sees to the pitcher on to first, and that will end the top of the 7th for the Crop Dusters. Last call for the Bombers. 3 outs remaining for the Bombers offense. 6-1 Crop Dusters heading to the bottom half of the 7th. Last chance here for the Bombers offense, down to their last 3 outs. Aaron Einzel in now for the Bombers. Pinch hitting for the shortstop, Dalton Farron. So he'll take strike 1. Chase Houselog back out there for his 2nd inning of work, trying to close this one out for the Crop Dusters as he starts off strong. 0-2 to the leadoff man in the top of the 7th. Oh-2 pitched, swung on and missed. Kind of got a sword action there from Einzel, and 1 down in the bottom half of the 7th.
2 more outs to go for the Crop Dusters here as
the catcher from Wayne State College, number 20, Keegan McLaughlin.
Keegan McLaughlin steps up with 1 down in the bottom of the 7th as he takes ball 1 high. Will be chopped over. Evens account at 1-1. McLaughlin 0 for 1 on the day. Struck out in the 2nd inning and walked back in the 5th. Houselog just looking to try and close this one out. Crop Dusters hold a 5-run lead. Just 2 outs to go if you're a Crop Dusters fan. Closing in on a very strong win. This one could be popped back behind home plate and can't make the play. Max Pfizer behind the dish. Just lost track of it at the last second. Excuse me, still Cole Geezer out there. He was pinch hit for, but still back out there behind the dish. But count now 2-2 to Keegan McLaughlin, the catcher for the Bombers, as he looks to try and keep this Bomber squad alive. That one, breaking ball on the outside corner, going to be called strike 3. And the Bombers are 1 out away from closing the, the Crop Dusters are 1 out away from closing this one up.
Top of the order.
Nick Ripa, top of the order. Last chance now for the Bombers as they trail 6-1. Breaking ball from Houselog, misses inside for ball 1. Swing and a miss on a good pitch there from Houselog. It's been a very strong outing here from both Aiden Johnson and Chase Houselog. That one going to be a check swing, and it will be chop foul, and Bombers now down to their final strike. One-two pitch high for ball 2. Count will be at 3-1. Check swing was not fouled off. Ripa held up. They checked down to first, and first base umpire said that he did not go around. So count to 3-1. Full count now, as it was 2-2, and that one outside for ball 3.
A little bit of an error there from our scorekeeper here.
That one just misses outside, and Ripa reaches on a 2-out walk. So the Bombers live to fight at least one more batter.
The left fielder from Wayne State College, number 17, Cam Matson.
And yeah, Cam Matson, 3 hits on the day, 3 for 3. As he looks to try and keep this Bomber squad alive, down 5. That one going to be shot into center. And Matson on with his 4th single. So it's a 4-hit day for the left fielder, Cam Matson.
Now batting, the first baseman from Wayne State College, number 9,
So a
Barnett.
strong day at the plate from the Bombers left fielder, as there are now 2 on with 2 outs. So at least some sort of light for the Bombers, even if you aren't going to win this game. Obviously, bringing across the run's always a good confidence booster, as Geezer knocks that one down outside for ball 1. That one outside for ball 2. A quick mound meeting between Geezer and Houselog out there. Just trying to tell his guy to calm down. Just breathe. Just only got 1 out left to go if you're the Crop Dusters reliever.
Yeah, 1 out, 3 more strikes, and want to try to end this one quickly.
That one upstairs for ball 3. So if you're the Crop Dusters, got to be careful now. Even if you are 1 out away, don't necessarily want to walk the bases loaded. The 3-0 to Barnett is going to ride inside, and the bases are loaded with 2 down in the bottom of the 7th. No activity in the Crop Dusters bullpen.
Now batting, the right fielder from Dodge City Community College, number 19, Carson Rye.
Carson Wright stepping up to the plate with the bases loaded with 2 outs. Down 5. That went outside, and it's 5 straight balls for Houselog. Up and in, and it's 2-0. And Crop Duster manager going to step out really quick and talk to his reliever, as it's 6 straight balls from Chase Houselog, and bases are now loaded, and the tying run is on deck.
Yeah, it's not the best way you want to end this game here, but nevertheless, you just want to have your pitcher calm down and just take a breather for a moment and just try to throw those final 3 strikes.
Bottom of the 7th, Crop Dusters 1 out away from closing up this one. But the Bombers with a late push with 2 outs, bases loaded with a 2-0 count. As Chase Houselog, after a meeting with the Crop Dusters infield, steps back up, trying to record that final out of the ball game, try and help this Crop Dusters team move to 3-1. 2-0 pitch, going to be in there for strike 1. JT's 2-1 count to Carson Wright. That one going to be grounded up the middle. Zrust flips it over to Mooney, and that is your ball game. A little bit of a scare there at the end for the Crop Dusters, but nonetheless, they pick up a 6-1 victory and move to 3-1 on the year. We'll step aside, and right after this, we will bring you an interview with your player of the game from the Crop Dusters. 6-1, the final here from Seymour Smith Park. final here from Seymour Smith Park. Crop Dusters get the 6-1 win. I'm joined alongside Aiden Johnson, the starter who picked up the win for the Crop Dusters here in the first game of our doubleheader here on Tuesday Night Baseball. Aiden, what was working for you there earlier today? What was working for you here in your five-inning outing against the Bombers?
I think I was just really able to locate my fastball, and they couldn't really catch up to it. And then I was able to tunnel my curveball with it.
So you gave up a run early in the first inning. How were you able to bounce back and eventually give up no runs over your next 4 innings?
I think at first I was having trouble locating my fastball. I was leaving it down the middle. But once when I was able to paint the corners, it ended up working pretty well for me.
So yeah, that'll do it here from our first game of our doubleheader. Make sure to stick around. Filth Ballers taking on the Red Raiders here in the nightcap of our doubleheader here on Tuesday Night Baseball. Aiden, thank you so much for stopping in, and congratulations on the win.
Thank you.